you. Thank you. Thank you. So we've come to the end, and obviously this is the moment where we really do value your support, your commitment, and your final recommendations and suggestions in order for this not to happen in the future. We've been asking you to have a conversation about what are the things that matter, what are the things that are important, that you feel should be done in order for this not to happen again. Out of all of the important, crucial issues we've been talking about this afternoon, what have you been talking about? What pledges, what actions have you come up with in order for us to go forward together in some way? That's what we would like to hear.
Just, I forgot to say it earlier, but just the calls to 111 and 999 are all recorded and transcribed. So if you are going through something like this, you get your hospital, you get your lawyers, or you get your advocates, or you do it yourself. You request the notes from 999 or from 111, and it's all transcribed, it's recorded. So that helps stop this kind of things from coming just doctor against individual. There's other things that use as evidence.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else got any other actions, pledges, commitments around what we can do collectively to going forward? That's what we want to know.
I think one of the main things is that they need to listen. No one listens. Because I've been through this. I've been through that stage with my child. Because they didn't listen. So it's about listening and respecting people. Because they don't respect you as a black person. So they need to start respecting us and listening.
So a pledge around respecting, listening.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's hear some other pledges or commitments that you're going to take forward today that might help us improve so we don't end up in this situation going forward.
A pregnant woman, a pregnant person, at the so close to giving birth should sit with their partner. Right. Let them know where they are, who is who and what, and have their NHS number with them at all times. Once you have your NHS number, just like you know your national security, do that. Walk with it, have it in your bag, close to that.
Thank you.
That's similar to what I was about to say, is that I was going to stand my ground. There's so many absent fathers. And then this time there wasn't an absent father, but he wasn't absent when he was absent when she came in. If they both came in together, he would know where she was. There would be no argument on the reception, not argument, but discussions on the reception. They would know each other. They would exclude a lot of negative vibes and everything else. They would know what's going on. He would know what's going on. And that's my say. Sorry.
Okay, we're trying to get another mic going. If we've got two mics? Yeah. Okay, so let's just, can we just go over here to this gentleman first? Thank you.
I think it's imperative that we signpost people to services that can support them when they're going through situations like childbirth or mental health crisis or bereavement, that us having an understanding what's available for us and sharing that information.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just a better understanding of what cultural appropriateness means to that individual that is sitting in front of you, and equally how, from your perspective, the other person on the other side of the table, how cultural appropriateness means to you and how you address that in the situation in which you may be facing. Yeah? And using empathy and listening techniques to better understand, when somebody's facing in front of you and whatever, yeah? And equally, those that are within the establishment, within the organizations, i.e. security, sometimes can be very intimidating, yeah? And to have a better perspective in terms of how they deal with people from that perspective that may be frustrating, not necessarily aggressive.
Some more training around cultural appropriateness. Yes? issues to do with training. Yes. Here and
For
here.
me, what I would echo is that, we know that NHS is not one of the most well-paid jobs. So when we go there, we must go there, we don't treat others how we would like to be treated. Just think about it, that you could be on the other end of the line. You could be the person that needed that support when you come to the hospital. So just to think about that in that way, it's not well-paid. Be there for the care, for the love, for the, what the job offer for us. And also, I know second point is that a person is thinking about it, that he should have been there. What if that dad was at work? Would he wasn't at work. If he was at work, the wife or the missus should be offered that same understanding and that same care as if the dad was there. Not become part of the rule that patient rest or should be compromised.
Thank you. Got here. And then we got a mic that side.
So I think if everyone in this room was to affiliate themselves with an organisation, determine whether it's the NHS, the police, education, because that's what we all need, and we've all got voices that we need to use correctly so that things like this does not happen again. But I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we're all in this country to do the best. And when you're working in the caring atmosphere, you should really care not only about the job, but for the people that actually come through the services.
Can anybody explain what pre-cref is and can that help in any shape or form? Pre-cref. Does anybody want to explain what it is and could it help for those who don't know what it is and how it might shed some light on this situation that we're in? Is anybody brave enough to talk a little bit about pre-cref? Somebody? Yeah, we've got a gentleman over here, so that we can learn about what this is. What is this framework that the NHS have? How does it work? What can it do to improve the situation?
Nobody else put their hands up. I can't remember what the acronym stands for. It is really important. They hold
Patients, carers.
Reference.
Patient carers equality framework.
Chair of it, I remember that. It's totally fantastic. What they've done, identified holes and worked out ways of holding organisations to accountability. Is that okay in a nutshell? Somebody else will take over by all means.
Does anybody know any more? Can shed a bit more insight about pre-cref? Could that be useful? Should that be something that we should be paying attention to?
Okay, so I'm going to review my identity. I'm involved with pre-cref regarding South London and Moorsley. So basically it's an anti-racism framework for South London and Moorsley, looking at particularly the black population, how they've been treated inadequately, and we're trying to improve the access and experience for mainly the black community. Now it's been mandatory, so all NHS organisations have an element of pre-cref, and as I said, it could be from the Asian perspective, it could be from the black perspective, it's looking at racialized groups. Okay, so actually I'm just saying, in summer, in the next few months, we're going to be looking at prenatal, and just that's why I wanted to come here, because I wanted to hear, and it's good to hear from the man's perspective. That's what I'm saying about us getting involved. You all have a right to see that the change is there, but also be part of the change. It's all well making noise about it, but we have to be in it to win. I don't want to just use it as a cliche, because the work has been really hard. If you know Jackie Dyer, she's the one that started the pre-cref movement from 2018, and how the mental health act is now changing because pre-cref is now. I'm not saying it's easy, because a lot of people don't want to talk about racism. They don't like to even hear about it, and also we have to look at our own internal racism, also how we value each other. Because the doctor believes a black man, your attitude, because of the policies, they could have been different, how you treated young man there, and also the security guard. Unfortunately, we have a lot of black security guards, and they don't particularly like themselves, and they don't like the community. Again, with the police choice as well, but obviously we all need to work together, so that's why we really get involved in education, police, NHS, so I think we all have an opportunity.
Anybody who would like to speak that hasn't spoken that we haven't heard from? Anybody that hasn't spoken would like to speak?
I just want to echo the education side of things, because anyone can go in an emergency and on your own as well. So I'm thinking about empowerment, knowledge and support, but don't forget, with the maternity services, often men have not been involved as much as I think they should be. So education for the men and more inclusion for men as well. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, we're going to take the last three comments. The last three comments. The last three comments. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, it also, PPEF also forms part of the advanced choice document. And the advanced choice document, PPEF also forms part of the advanced choice document, which was a part of in terms of Black Thrive. And we did a lot of research and surveys regarding how people in the black community, especially those in the mental health institutes, are treated and are given a choice in how they're treated, and equally given a choice in terms of the medication and so forth. So PREQUEF and equally the advanced choice document work hand in hand. What I would say to people in organisations that work in hospitals and whatever, they will not tell you about this information. You have to ask for it and so forth. Yeah? If you don't ask, you don't get.
Thank you so much. Last two comments. We've got one over here, and maybe we've got one over there, and maybe we've got time for the gentleman on the right. So there we go. 1, 2, and then 3.
I don't see no hands. Yes, hands.
I just wanted to say thank you as well to the Black Women's Consortium for putting shows like this for everyone to see and have these conversations. I think when you ask that question about what we can continue to be doing, this is definitely a part of it. Us as the community attending these shows and attending these conversations and being a part of it.
Yeah.
I too was about to say the same thing. You know, thank you so much for this. This needs to be in church. Go to churches and do these. They will receive you. Yeah, go to churches, go to establishments everywhere, so this could be heard. Because men don't have voices. Black men don't have voices. Get your voice heard in churches, in establishments. This is beautiful, this is wonderful. The interaction is great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, for our final part of the evening, can we give this amazing cast a round of applause? We want to open up to the floor for you to have a Q&A with these people as human beings in their real personal role. Not in the role in the play, but what questions you might want to speak to them, ask them about in terms of the process, what happens at the BMC, anything that you would like to ask them, hopefully even personal questions they told me that are up for. So please, we can have a Q&A for the next 10 minutes or so.
I would just like to say, ask a question to Daddy.
Sorry.
How did it make you feel to hear that you could have been to blame?
Me?
Yeah, as a man.
As a man, I've got 3 kids, and I was there to birth my first one. I was half an hour late because I was at work. I was half an hour late for the birth of my first child because I was at work. I had to travel from Acton to Croydon, across town, and I had to borrow somebody's car to get there. But the second 2 kids, one was at home when I was there, and both of them were home, one of them was out. I was always in my kids' life from day one. So it's being the part I kind of understand, and I kind of accept what you said, because it is, you do need to know what your partner It's the red book, isn't it? The red, you have to have that red book in order to exactly. And if my partner had sickle cell, which for me she did have, I would have known all those details. However, with the research that does, we men have to be aware of it. And I think one of the things that I kind of heard here is that men should be part of that birth process. Yeah. The birth experience. But however, when you ladies said it, it kind of made me feel that sometimes, because you also mentioned there's some absent fathers around. Unfortunately, my circle of friends, we don't have that many absent fathers. In fact, I'd say 90% of the fathers, even though they're not with the person, they're still part of that child's life. So I've not actually experienced that myself, but it's something I hear a lot of. So my back automatically goes, okay, are you now putting in that 10%? Does that make sense? So I do agree with what everybody said, yeah. As a family man, as anybody, you just have to be part, even if you're uncle, even a granddad, you just be part of that person, because it's an old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. So we all have to be part of that process. And also, I just want to say something. The gentleman did a fantastic poetry at the beginning. He says, your no means my yes. Yes. And I think that's fundamental what people say. People have to respect you. People do not have to respect you. Let's get real with that. But you could say, no, I'm not taking that shit. And that's your yes. And I think sometimes we play the victim too much and rely on the system to barter for us. But no, I step into the hut for my children. Those are my children. And I'm saying no to you, but yes to myself.
Sorry, before we move on to any other questions and stuff, I just want to take everyone right back to the beginning to just explain how Umbilical was created. Basically, I used to work within the social services remit, and for many years I heard about, we had black people take more pain than white people, and all the stuff around childbirth, etc., which is what we put today. And it was like, okay, I'm hearing it, but I wasn't really feeling it. Although I was working with and supporting vulnerable families from whether you're white, black, wherever you're from, I wasn't feeling it. However, I'm an average Coronation Street fan, blah blah blah. I don't know watch Coronation Street, I ain't been clearly, right? And there was a family, a black family, that the daughter was experiencing really horrendous abuse while she was giving labour, going for her pregnancy. And it was then that I had this light bulb moment. Hang on a minute, I'm hearing all this, I've been hearing this for ages and ages and ages. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, you hear hearsay. And I'm actually watching it. And it was then that I thought, do you know what, this is wrong. And the wonderful thing about the BMC, which gives me a platform, is we don't put things under the carpet, we don't brush things under the carpet. We talk about taboo subjects, we talk about loads of things, and I'm very privileged to be a part of the BMC where nobody can shut me down, but I've got a platform and I will discuss things that people don't normally want to talk about. And I said to my amazing colleague here, who's a fantastic creative writer, I said to him, when we do our next show, we've got to do it around this, what we've done this evening. So Umbilical was created through my vision, through what Brixton Street is saying. We want to discuss this, and Lloyd here wrote the script. Although, as you see this evening, it was unscripted, he laid the foundation for this action. It's quite ironic because there's 95%, I would say, I'm going to get split hairs, right, in a sense of females. And although we are the Black Men's Consortium, most, and I cannot thank you enough, mums, ladies, grandmas, just for coming out to support us, because we're all over the Black Business Consortium. When we do our performances, most of our audience are female. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, we are all male group, but we will tackle subjects which are for females also, yeah? And all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming here this evening, yeah, because you didn't have to come here, right? And thank you so much for coming, it means so much to me to watch this show. It was live, as you can see, and anything live, there's going to be a few little hiccups, but the show will go on as it did, our cast, we are a team. Yeah, although I'm standing here now, we are a team, and we created something which was, to me, amazing, and I can only thank you, and I'm going to shout now. There you go.
I'll get back to you. So thank you, Siobhan. So when Siobhan approached me back in March of this year, and you told me about it, and I said yes, something that I really want to do. I lost my sister 35 years ago through childbirth. She had preeclampsia, she died, and my mum had to raise her granddaughter and stuff. So it's always been something that I really wanted to explore. And so over the summer we were rehearsing, I wrote scenes, scrapped the schemes, we wrote them, couldn't do that. The guys wanted to do something else. I said, no, you've got to focus on two things. Black maternal health and the impact it has for black women, and the intergenerational thing. So that's MTC, Papa Elijah, Dwayne and Zion. So I managed to convince these two, Papa Elijah and Dwayne, to accompany me to the House of Parliament. Yeah, believe it or not, I said there's a motherhood of doing a launch of the Black Motherhood Manifesto. So I said, let's go out there in character and talk about our play. Okay, we had it on video, but technically issues we didn't see it. So we went there, we met in the House of Parliament. I have to give it to Errol. I have to give it to Errol. He went there as Papa Elijah for the big rush. The man ain't a day over 40, but somehow he got away with being 80 yards. It was so convincing. And that's how we develop our stories, because we heard people give their testimonies, we met a lot of people. I reached out to the MP, I don't know if you know, at the video, I invited her along to our show, Miss Jones, and she turned up. She said thank you, she really enjoyed it, and that was really good to me. I reached out to a lot of people. Some people, they didn't respond. Some people said, yeah, I'd like to join, I'd like to help you out and stuff like that. And this is how we are today. Our future, we'd like to continue, as the lady said, we'd like to bring this out on the road. And so if you know any organisation, companies, NHS, chess, participatory, that want to invest in something, education is the key, so we can educate the healthcare professionals. We can also educate fathers as well. Everything you said today is valid, nothing is not valid, everything is valid, and everything for us is a learning, so we can make improvement and develop it further. I'll let you, because the lady actually referred me, so that's what I want to say. So I also want to say thank you. I know some of you were quite emotional and tearful. I'm sorry I didn't have enough tissues, I only had one tissue. Sorry, tissues. But yeah, I just want to really thank you, because without you guys, we couldn't perform it. So I just want to say thank you. Before I go to the guys, I know that lady there will talk about, thank you.
Greetings. Just like to say thank you to the cast and everyone that's made this possible. So you had a creation, you created something, and pardon the pun, you gave birth to a play that is powerful, thought-provoking, triggering, and evokes a lot of different emotions. And it's extremely important for me as a sister to see upstanding, elevated, conscious men
speaking out, communicating and understanding the struggle and hopefully ways of change. So thank you very much.
Oh yeah, don't forget Samantha and her PhD studies, yeah? If you haven't got her details, you get her details.
I echo what the woman across from me has said. This has been a wonderful opportunity, really, just to celebrate the creativity of our black men, and it's wonderful to see. And also, you know, just the message. The message was so rich, so powerful. But the question I wanted to ask is really, because quite often you come to events like this and it's 90% female. As men, what would you say would be the best way to engage other men, to get them interested and wanting to attend, maybe in a different setting? Maybe this isn't the setting, I don't know.
Want to answer that, Shaka?
Bring your brothers, bring your brothers, your uncles, your friends. I think the hardest thing for me personally, I think the hardest thing for men to be engaged in anything other than their own little bubble is very difficult. I'll be absolutely honest with you, because I run a men's walk and talk group, and we meet every Sunday, and we go all over London discussing everything under the sun you can think of. And although it's been pretty successful, it is difficult to get men involved in groups. And I think the only best forward I would say is if we try and encourage our friends to come involved, but even that is a big struggle. So it's a good question. I don't think I have an answer for it, because I've been trying that for the last 3 or 4 years, and in the BMC we've been trying that as well. It's very difficult. I don't know if anybody has a better answer than that.
Hold on, before we go there, this is on my heart, I have to say. Maya, would you like to come here, please?
Yeah.
Maya. So, we're known as the Black Men's Consortium. So, at the beginning of the play, it was all men. And then one day, Crystal, come along, Crystal, the receptionist, she brings donated food to our group. And so she just sat there, and we called her over, and we said, like, you know, could you just play a receptionist seat? And then Tony Singh said, well, why can't you use a female? And that was it. And then we allowed Crystal to join and allowed Maya to do it. Maya has no acting experience. She just learned raw. And she can really well. Crystal, she's got, as you see, she's a veteran in the acting world.
I've never acted in my life, to be honest.
I'm only joking. She doesn't really. Yeah. And I also want to acknowledge Yvonne as well, because during one of the sessions, she sat on one of our rehearsals, and she just sat down there for 90 minutes. Is it 90 minutes? Something like that. For a very long time, she just sat there and she was rocking it, and I could see that she was itching to say something. So she came down, and the information she gave us about her own experience within the maternity services was so valuable. It helped to develop and shape the play that way. So I just want to acknowledge those 3 individuals. Okay?
As a member of BMC, I would like to congratulate BMC for what we've seen tonight, for the education in this very important area of black women's experiences with the medical establishment. I myself would also like to prompt an idea, which is the environmental issues which we're usually too busy to pay mind to. I recently had a quieter project in this space that was digging into more of the environmental issues, and that wasn't as much towards the black female experience as this important production has been. So I was just sitting in my quiet corner and seeing these things conflate. So I would task people in this room to, as well as network and see the importance in networking, to encourage more of this healthy sense of community, to also start to think about the environmental factors that we're usually kept too busy with, just, you know, bills, keeping roof over, yada yada. Beyond that, where's Tony? He's always doing a Batman to our Commissioner Gordon. Can we call Tony up, please, for a bit of the acknowledgement? Go on. Can we call Tony up?
I'm a little bit tired. Just resting. Resting.
So in congratulations to BMC tonight for the Umbilical. And can we have a hand for the leader of BMC, Tony Sealing?
Go on, man.
Order. Ego would like to have a word.
Hello, hi everybody. A lot of times people think I'm Russian because some people call me Ego, and then some people call me Eco, but it's I to the G, H to the O, and it's just that Ego, not EGO, because I've got to stay humble. The thing about men that we never really discuss, funny enough, sometimes the secret's in the room. For men to come to any place, give them food. I can tell you, if you tell men that there's jollof rice, if you tell them there's saltfish, they will turn up. It's food, that's it. Because men will go in the belly, because sometimes they just need that challenge to it's food, that's what it is. But on a serious note, it wasn't something that was weaved into the poem. It actually really happened to me, and I saw my mum is now 90, and I saw her recently, and we shared the story again. She said, "You were crying, but you would not suck with a woman's breast." And she said, when I told them, they said, "You're tired." They were so condescending, but she said, "Look, if I didn't see that birthmark, you would be with a Caribbean family." Funny enough, guys, it was a Jamaican woman. So just being vigilant when you're pushing, there's a skill to it now, I realize now, because I would not be in this room talking to you now, and that's all because of somebody's arrogance. And then I also want to say something to the Caucasian community. Sometimes we need to be careful as people of color, because sometimes we're so angry that we fight some of the people that are actually helping us. My mother-in-law is white. She's been in Malawi since 1975, and she fights a black cause like you would not believe. So we have to be careful that when we're throwing the sponge out, that we're careful that there are people that are there to help us. So let's make friends, grasp knowledge, and because my school motto when I was growing up was knowledge is wisdom. When you get the knowledge, you get the legality, when you understand your position, you just need to say 2 words. Legally, you can't do that. Things change. Thank you very much for coming to represent us. Thank you.
Yeah, just final words. First and foremost, once again, just a quick thing about my relationship with BMC. One day I was walking in Brixton and my little brother said to me, "Follow me somewhere." And I followed him, and it so happened that we ended up inside of the BMC. And when I say to you, because women are not allowed, so I've got to give the insight. Maybe you're allowed. Right, when I say to you that it felt so good to just hug with no terms or conditions. Like, I've got a family here, I'm the latest member to BMC, and I just going for going's sake. My legs was working that day, and when I got in there, I've just never come out. And I just want to say that these gentlemen here are genuine, real brothers. So if any man wants to join us, trust me, come down and join us. You'll be surprised. Yes, nudging. I see a nudging. Yeah. But it's a community. It's a genuine community. If you've got husbands and you want to get out of the house, so it's every Monday, 6 till 9 p.m. And then what happens, which is unofficial, but we do it anyway, we leave from there. So thank you for introducing me to this. But once we leave there, we go down to Brixton and we feed the homeless. And we do it every Monday, and I absolutely love it. And so, Father actually introduced me to that, so I want to say thank you. So, just a few words about myself, very quickly. The reason why I love this place is because I grew up in an environment, which is Brixton, where I was stabbed 4 different times. I died on an operating table one of the times. I had my appendix burst another time, and I died, and they resuscitated me. I had a brother that was murdered. and I've lost 3 other siblings since that time, and I also had a son that died as well. So, but I wear it well, yeah? So, what I'm saying to you is, we all need someone to turn around and just hug, even if we don't want to talk about our pains. So this is why when I come in, I always hug my brothers, because I know my pain, he knows his pain, everyone knows their pain, and sometimes we just hug it out. So this is what community and families want. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you all. And hopefully, please hand over your details, because when we do more in the future, I'd love for you to join us. We've got more projects coming up. We've got some great things coming up. Thank you to Tony. Thank you to the guys as well. And I've never thought I'd ever act in front of anyone. So once again, the guys have pulled me in. So God bless you all. Oh, what's that?
I'm going to say something, right? See, before I met you, I'm at university. I remember my lecturer showed your book, right? Your book in our university, around psychology.
Wow.
Right? And then I met you, and I was, it was an honor to meet you, actually.
Yeah, thank you. It's so funny, I never made it to university, but I lecture in universities now.
Thank you very much. Finally, could I have all the cast members up? All the cast members, all the BMC members. Just give a quick thank you to everyone. Crystal, come. Fernando, Mr. Seeley? Ego? Come. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Black Men's Consortium.
You have a great festive season.